Welcome to Destination Central. I'm Bailey Bettis. It's great to have you here today at the War Memorial overlooking the beautiful town of Thames. And we're here today checking out some great local businesses and finding out more about them. Well, a girl could have a lot of fun in this kitchen. I'm here in 100% Brown's Appliances, checking out some of the fantastic appliances they have on offer. So David, you're an independent dealer. What does this mean for the customer?
Bailey, all our customers can feel at ease because being locally owned and operated, that if they've got any concerns, any problems, anything that they want to know about the latest products, they can come in store here and see myself, call me anytime, and they can also see any of the team members that we've got here, which are well trained.
And what services do you provide here?
With the services, we actually back up everything that you see in here in the whiteware room and showroom. Customer buys it here, we back it up with our fully authorised service centre. We have a man on the road 5 days a week. It's Laurie, our service manager, and people can bring goods in store also, and we get them serviced in store as the time permits. Vacuum cleaners we do in store. We do quite a lot of different service that we provide in store.
So what products do you have here in store?
Where do you start when it comes to products? The range is quite big, and it has to be, even though it's only a small town. We're very fortunate that we have all the big name brands, the Miele, the Bosch products. I'm talking about whiteware here, LG, Fisher & Paykel, Westinghouse, Simpson and Hire. All of those major brands we can provide locally for the customer, and of course at the very competitive prices.
So when the customer walks in the door, what can they expect?
Good, friendly, down-to-earth service. I mean, our family's owned this business here since 1895. My wife and I have had it for 27 years, and we just like to provide exactly what customers want these days. Good old friendly service, and know that they can come in and not get pressurised into anything. We look into whatever the concerns are. If they're looking for something that we haven't got, you know, we can always get it. We've got locally out into the field, further afield, we've got a small outlet in Coromandel, at Coromandel Refrigeration for whiteware, and in Pauanui we also have another store outlet there, Mrs Brown's Homewares and Gifts, which provides quite a lot of small appliances, some whiteware, and people over there also are provided with a very good regular service.
Now, how can we find out more about 100% Brown's Appliances?
100% Brown's Appliances, well, probably the easiest way to look at the specials and what deals and that sort of thing that we've got going on is go to www.100% Appliances on the net, and that gives you the latest up-to-date specials that we have and provides all of that. As far as Brown's goes, www.finder.co.nz has got our trading hours and that type of thing on it, and where we are for people to find. The biggest thing, the best thing, is to come on in to Brown's 100% in Thames and experience the difference.
Here at 100% Brown's Appliances in Thames, they don't only have a great range in the large appliances, they also have a fantastic range in the small appliances as well. So make sure to come down and check them out. If you find yourself out in Thames or Coromandel Peninsula stranded with a punctured tyre or flat battery, make sure to give Robbie a call down at Hauraki Tyre Battery. Let's go in and meet him now. So Hauraki Tyre Battery, how did it all start?
Way back in 1986, we were contracted for Homestyle Bakery, and I did tyres years ago in the late 60s, and we bought the tyre place. It was a little place then, and it was selling Dunlop and Goodyear tyres, and 2 years after that we started selling Bridgestone as well, and yeah, that's how we've ended up where we are now. We started off with 3 of us, and now we've got 7 on the staff.
Fantastic. And what services do you provide here?
We do a lot of commercial work, which is 24/7 for trucks carting at night and buses and that working. We do a lot of work for Bridgestone, Firestone Commercial, any of their customers up in our area, and we do the same with bow repairs. We do a lot of their work as well.
And so obviously for your passenger as well, customers driving in, great services for them as well?
Yeah, we try and meet them at the door. I always know how Cheryl and I have operated, and before they get out of the car we meet them. And we start from there, and they might wander down for a cup of tea or go into our smoker room for a cup of tea. And 20 minutes later, we've put 4 tyres on and 4 new tyres, and yeah, that's how we've operated. That's it.
So you also have just started the nitrogen service here. Could you tell me more about that?
Bridgestone got us into it. There's a lot of lease companies and the police vehicles. We do all the police vehicles on the peninsula, and they've all nitrogen in all their tyres. Run cooler, better mileage, and it stays at the same pressure all the time. It's good, better riding.
Great, and so when a customer comes in here, like you said, you can do all their tyres, battery services. What other services like that do you provide?
We do a wheel alignment, and we're quite busy on that. Yeah, and it's just this main service. Not only do we check their tyres and batteries and that, like I go over it and I said, a surprising amount of times I find somebody's car hasn't got a warrant or somebody's not registered. And it's just little things we do, and that's how we've got our business where it is today. Just by service, and Cheryl. Cheryl's, she's in the office, but also she's looking out the window at us.
Now you also have a beautiful 1955 FJ Holden, and I saw you've got some white walls here, tyres, so you also cater for that classic car enthusiast as well?
Yeah, I brought the FJ Holden in, down in Christchurch in 2003, sorry. We had a look at it at the airport. He met me at the airport, and it was in a family of 3, and we yeah, I drove it home and I've had it, and that's my toy, and Cheryl's got the hothouse green Manahara parked out there. That's her toy.
Great. So you really know your stuff then about cars?
Yeah, and I've got into the white walls, like over there we've got somebody's picking up those today. There's another set here, just the thin white walls. And yeah, I'm an Auckland club, Early Holden Model Auckland club.
So how can we find out more about you?
We advertise a lot local, but we're tied up with Bridgestone, Firestone in Auckland. And we're also tied up with Goodyear, Dunlop in Auckland and bow repairs sort of thing. There's big changes in the bow repairs at the moment, but yeah.
So the best way is come down, get in.
Yeah, just give us a ring.
So for all your tyring service needs in the Thames Valley and Coromandel Peninsula, make sure to get down to Hauraki Tyre Battery. Suffering from sinus congestion, lack of energy, and just feeling not up to par? Then get down to Health 2000 in Thames, where the friendly staff will help you find just what you're looking for. So, Anne, it's in spring now. What should we be thinking about in the way of health?
We should be actually boosting their immune systems. And lots of sniffles and sneezes out there at the moment, and it's going to only get worse. Every year seems to be getting worse, so we're looking at decongestants and anti-allergy type related products. In Go Healthy, there is the Viro Defence, which will help to boost up the immune system, and the allergy decongestant, and also in the Elamed, in the homeopathic brand. That's very good. Children as well as adults can use that one. Very hard to get anything for children. So Elamed and homeopathic is excellent.
So speaking of children, what do you have here for the way of children's health and building their immune system?
We've got multivitamins. In the Thompson's brand, there's actually the children's multivitamins there, and it's called Immunifort. It's animal shaped ones, and children just love animals. So it's a very, very good multi for children. There's not a lot of stuff on the market for children in that aspect. So we sell a lot of that one. And also in the Radiance brand, we also have a few for children, specifically for their bone structure, their immune system, and multivitamins.
So children, how far is that in range? So from 2 up?
Most of them start from the 2 years old up until about the 12. Mind you, there's a lot of children who are too old to be taking the little multivitamins. So that's the time that you put them onto an older one. But yes, it does range from the age of 2.
Now, I know you have a huge range here and for general health, building the immune system, like you say, but also for those people who are into muscle building. Could you tell me more about what you have for them?
Yes, we do. We've actually got the Balance range. Now that's very, very popular. Health 2000 has everyday essentials, specials happening on that one, and we sell a lot of them. In that range, we've actually got, if you spend $100 or more, you get a free sports bag. That goes on to the last of the month. We have a lot of proteins, powders, and also for people who have a problem with gluten or also with lactose. So we've got both ranges that cover everything. We've got protein bars, we've got all sorts of different things, so people need to come in and have a look.
And how can we find out more about Health 2000 in Thames?
Health 2000, well, we're in the middle of town, 531 Pollen Street, right next door to the Four Square. And you can ring us at 0786 86 812.
So make sure to get down to Health 2000 in Thames, 531 Pollen Street. And don't forget their fantastic special. Spend $100 or more on any Balance product and get this free sports bag. Absolutely incredible. There's a lot going on in Thames in the way of events. To find out more about them and the New Zealand Corporate Battle of the Bands, we talked to Lance at Totally Thames. So what is Totally Thames?
Okay, Totally Thames was a group that started in Thames about 5 years ago because there wasn't sort of a lot of events and things happening in Thames. So the primary focus of the group is to create events that are going to draw people into the town and provide lots of entertainment for the people living in town.
Great, that's fantastic. So what sort of events have you put on and what are you involved in?
Yeah, our first event we started off with was the New Zealand Corporate Battle of the Bands, and then we got involved with other groups like the Heritage Trust Group for Heritage Week, and we put on a fashion extravaganza, plus we've resurrected the Trolley Derby. Also we've inherited the Wearable Arts Show, so we're doing that as well, and then we help other groups with various events throughout the year.
And Battle of the Bands, could you tell me more about that?
Yep, we got the idea for the Battle of the Bands, or the Corporate Battle of the Bands, from an event that was run in the USA. And corporations just put a band together from within their corporation and then they competed. And it's just developed into a huge event, so we thought it would be a really good idea to do that in New Zealand, get a lot of corporations in New Zealand involved and just make it into a major event. And we're in our 4th year now, and we have an average of about a dozen bands per year, but we're hoping to just keep on expanding it.
Yeah, so you were saying corporate bands, is this just bands that have been made in a corporate business or open to any band that's out there?
It's kind of open to anybody. The New Zealand version of it, corporations can put a band together from within their ranks, or otherwise corporations or companies can go out and find a band and sponsor that band to represent them.
Oh, fantastic. Now you're saying there's usually around a dozen or so bands enter each year. Are these nationwide bands?
Yes, yeah. We've had bands from Auckland, Hamilton, Tauranga, around the Thames region as well, and Wellington. And the past 2 winners have come from Wellington.
So I can see you've got an amazing prize there. No wonder people enter. Could you tell me how does that come about? Where did you source that from?
Okay, the prize is sort of paid for by Totally Thames, but also the Rock Factory in Auckland have been brilliant, and they've sponsored half the funding for a $10,000 7-day recording session. And the winners have the option of that or a $5,000 cash prize. We kind of have tried to encourage other groups in town to sponsor different aspects of the event as well. So the trophies and all that are sponsored by local businesses too.
And who are your judges in the competition?
The judges, Michelle Clausen's from the Rock Factory is one of our main judges because she's extremely experienced as a producer. And Rex Simpson from CFM has been the convener of our judges for the last 4 years. And we also have a guest judge each year. So Jodie Vaughan from Hamilton, she's very well known for all her country music. She was our judge last year.
And where can we find out more about Battle of the Bands?
They can go to our website, www.totallythames.co.nz, or they can just call myself on 07 869 0180, or simply just download the information from the website is probably the simplest way to do it.
Great, and that website obviously is where you can find out more about other events you're putting on as well?
Yes, yeah, all the other events. Plus you can find out if you're a company and you're thinking it'd be great to sponsor a band, you can get that information from there as well.
Great, fantastic. Thanks so much.
Okay, you're welcome.
Fresh produce, heritage seeds and gluten-free food. You can find it at the Organic Co-op in Thames. Let's go in and find out more. So Alia, can you tell me more about Organic Co-op and who they are?
Well, the Organic Co-op is a group of volunteers that formed into the year 2000 to provide an outlet for local growers. So we have been going 12 years and we provide lots of produce, gluten-free foods and heirloom seeds to really encourage people to grow their own fresh produce.
What's the produce that you sell here?
Well, growers harvest their produce fresh in the mornings. So at the moment we've got some beautiful fresh fennel from just 10 minutes up the valley, which is just flying out the door at the moment. We've got fresh spinach from Waihi. We have, because it's spring, we've got loads of seeds and fertilisers for your gardens.
Now I see you've got a lot of fresh produce and you touched on that a bit. Where do you source it from?
So the produce can come from 10 minutes up the road, or we get our carrots from Canterbury. Some of our lettuce comes from Auckland. So we try and get it as local as possible, so it's done less miles. But it can come all over the country.
So why organic?
A lot of people choose organic for health reasons. We choose it because it's fresh and we really just love to know where our food comes from.
So also you're talking about your local growers, so I guess having that option, that organic option, helps to support them as well?
Yes, and we really like to support them because what they're doing is so important, and they work so hard for their money too. It's not easy to grow in these conditions and the climates, and without pesticides. So we really like to encourage them as much as we can.
So how can we find out more about the Organic Co-op?
We're open 6 days. Just come down to the shop on the main street in Thames, and we're open on market day.
Now I also understand that you're a charitable trust and you do a lot of giving back to the community. Could you tell me more about that?
So a lot of our members are really environmentally conscious and really want to give back to the community. So there's lots of involvement in schools in the area. There's beautiful community gardens around the corner. The Seagull Centre is thriving now from many of the volunteer hours that members have given. And yeah, we like to support any project that's to do with the community.
The Organic Co-op in Thames on Pollen Street. Come down and help them support your local community. 100% Browns Appliance in Thames have donated this fantastic camera for us to give away. You just have to answer this one question. What town are we filming in this week? Call 07 888 5030, leave your answer, your name, your number, and say it is for the Destination Central competition. Or you can go to our website tvcentral.co.nz/contact and fill out the competition form.
This has been an Alpha Media production, a division of Television Media Group.